guys, it's Shayla again from Freckle Finance, and today my video is on my 20 and 21 week bump date. If you're new to this channel, make sure you click that subscribe button below. I upload videos on personal finance, financial independence, lifestyle videos related to moving to California and being pregnant. So I'm very, very sorry I forgot to film and upload this video on Saturday or for Saturday. Friday night was the night that we left New York, and there will be some New York related videos coming up. I am going to post a little bit of a vlog style. It's only from the one day because it was a huge pain to bring the camera everywhere. So I only did the vlog the one day, as well as I'm going to go over the budget and how I spent to discuss how I, traveled frugally in New York. Obviously, I mentioned before I had some advantages that allowed it to be cheap, but I still made sure not to go wild in other areas. So we kept it pretty good for the amount of money we spent. So let's get right into the bump date. So almost the entire 2 weeks of the pregnancy, I was in New York. So I will touch on some things that have to do with traveling. That was my Babymoon. That was very exciting. Currently, I am 22 weeks and 5 days, and the baby is about the size of a cob of corn, which I actually bought this week before I realized that that was the size of the baby. So that's pretty cool. So as I said, most of the 2 weeks I was in New York, so most of it's gonna have to do with experiences I had in New York. And I will tell you, I am absolutely positive now, that I can feel the baby kicking. I was just laying there one night and I was like, whoa, what is that? And it got so much more noticeable during the 2 weeks, and that was so cool. And so now, every night before we go to bed, and sometimes if I'm up when he gets up in the morning, his hand goes right on my belly, trying to get the baby to kick, and most of the time he does, because this baby is very cooperative. So that is it's so cool. It's so reassuring because I feel it quite often, and I know you don't have to do kick counts till 28 weeks, but I do feel the baby kicking quite often, and yeah, it's just really cool. So I found food to be a bit of a struggle while I was in New York, trying to eat healthy and not spend too much money. And I was honestly worried about having gained too much weight while I was in New York, and I actually had the reverse. I did not gain very much at all. I'm basically pretty much at where I was when I left, so I'm gonna try to make sure I can do that better, but it was very hard to make sure that I was getting enough nutrients and stuff, because I started experiencing what I think is heartburn. I feel it mostly in my throat, and I also feel it in my stomach at the same time, but it is always after I eat, and it was becoming difficult for me to eat enough calories, even though my Fitbit was telling me some days I was burning up to 3,600 calories. So hopefully that will go better, because I don't want to gain too little weight. But that's the main issue I had, would be that heartburn has started, and I have no idea which foods specifically are causing it. I do know for sure that it gets worse with dairy products. Just this dairy product issue I'm having, I don't know. As well, it was really hot some of the days while we were in New York. By the way, just mentioned, because my husband was on a work trip, I did almost everything by myself. Most of the days I was touring by myself. I did meet up with friends a few times, but and I guess my husband was a little bit worried because I'm walking around a lot. And I will say, I did have to take naps when I got home before my husband got home, and I also really had to I had to take a full day off both weeks. So I was there for 2 weeks, and yeah, I was in pain, I was exhausted, I just couldn't function. I was getting major pregnancy brain, and so I did choose to just take a day to chill at the hotel, and it was a very beautiful hotel, so it wasn't that bad. And that was the main difference I felt while there, than possibly maybe I wouldn't have if I wasn't pregnant. But also, my bump is really starting to show. Now, I say this and I posted a picture and people are like, Oh yeah, it's showing just a little bit. To me, it looks like I actually look pregnant. And I know a lot of people are still like, yeah, you still kind of just look like you ate a bit too much pizza or something like that. But, and I am loving it. It's so cute. I love the cute little baby bump, and yeah, I love it. I have made no more progress on figuring out a name. I have made no more progress on figuring out pretty much anything we want to buy for the baby. I am maybe making progress on setting a date for my baby shower, and that's about all. So I'm apparently going crazy because you guys know I'm into, you know, doing things budget, doing things frugally. I want a really good stroller, I want a really good everything, but I don't want to spend the money on it. So I want to get like the best value I can. And I'm trying to get strollers right now because I feel like, I mean, I'm not going to have the baby yet, but I feel like that's one of the first things you need to buy, because if the baby does come early, you need a car seat, and you might as well buy the whole stroller and figure all that stuff out. There's so many types of strollers. There's many different types of strollers that are very, very good for certain types of things, and I'm trying to figure out which stroller, which way am I going to be most commonly using the stroller? Am I going to be walking with it a lot? Is it going to be occasional? And just, it's a lot to think about, because I don't want to be someone who goes out and buys another stroller after the baby's born because I didn't think hard enough about all this. Honestly, barely felt pregnant. It was probably because I was on vacation, and I will say that I felt pregnant in the sense that I did bring a spring jacket, which is also waterproof, that no longer fits me. It fits in the stomach, but it hurts my stomach, but it does not fit in the boobs anymore because they have gotten big. So I don't even think they look that much bigger, but you know, if I can't put on my coat anymore and it doesn't zip up in that area, yeah, they probably don't fit. So that was kind of annoying. So I would get like rain on the front part of my body because I can't close my own coat, and I did not bring an umbrella. One thing I will add though is being in New York and being somewhat restricted on eating healthy. Now, I will say, like, I still ate relatively healthy. Like, I ate way healthier than I would have if I was not pregnant, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't just eating a ton of carbs and whatever, just junk food. So I mean, like, I had fruits and vegetables every single day. However, it like reignited my love of cooking and meal prepping and all that stuff, because I kind of lost that during first trimester when I was really, really nauseous. I mean, I wasn't even like throwing up or anything, but I didn't want to repeat any foods, and it was just like a struggle. So I really got off the wagon in regards to cooking, and I would cook, but it wouldn't be as healthy, and it was basic stuff. And I came home from New York and I'm like, I am ready to cook healthy food. And so I did. And I mean, this goes a little bit into the next update, but I'm probably going to forget about it at that point. So I'm back to eating like really, really healthy, and that's super exciting. So I suppose it's time for a bump shot. I don't know where my bump went today. It was bigger previously, but you can kind of, when I lean back, see it a bit. And that's pretty much it for my pregnancy update. I do want to add, if there's any type of like pregnancy videos that you guys are interested in me doing, I will say 2 that I'm considering doing, but I'm not sure that I will, is the controversial parenting tag, although I don't really think anything is that controversial, and the 10 names I love but won't be using, which obviously I can't fully do yet, but I do obviously now have girl names that have been kicked aside because it's not a girl. As well, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, and remember that no matter what your financial situation is, have a great day. Bye.